Oh. No. It's crazy how much one product can like vary so much. These taste like sort of a weird imitation of baked beans. The best baked beans are... Okay, midweek heartburn, take one. Hi, my name's Tom and I'm on a quest to find the best of everything. Today I'm going to be trying an array of baked beans and figuring out which one is the best, so you don't have to. I love baked beans. I think baked beans are such a brilliant food invention. They are simple, they are cheap, they are tasty, they are easy to make. Beans on toast, or beans in a full English, or, oh, beans on a jacket potato, that's a good one. So I'm gonna be eating these beans in the most classic way that I can think of, on toast. Same bread, same butter, different beans. It's all to play for. How do they look? Are they good value? Are they gonna have like a thick sauce or a thin sauce? Are the beans gonna be big, small? Are they gonna have different textures? Like, I don't know. The only way to find out is to try. You know, the beans are the right size, they're uniform. They're doing that weird thing that beans do where most of them are there, but every now and then you just have like a bean casing. What's that about? I don't like putting the beans directly onto the toast because then I find like it makes the bread really soggy. They look great. They smell like how beans should smell. It doesn't smell like anything else. It's that sauce that they have pretty much exclusively with baked beans and also kind of with spaghetti hoops. Right, let's give these a try. They have that slightly metallic taste that a lot of baked beans have. I think that's because of like the tin that it's in. Not super tomatoey, very sweet. I'm gonna try them on the toast because it's like, you know, the only logical thing to do. The flavor of the bread and the butter actually overpower the flavor of the beans. So that tells you what you need to know, really. The consistency of the sauce is, you know, how it should be. It's got that kind of gloopiness to it. I'd say Sainsbury's has got it figured out. This is how baked beans should taste. A very strong start here in the baked bean roundup. Okay, first things first that I'll say about the M&S beans straight away is that they are a slightly different color. These smell slightly more like maybe ketchup-y or barbecue-y than like what I imagine a normal baked bean sauce to smell like. Like if you told me these were barbecue beans and I smelt them, I would believe you. Yeah, wow. Wow, these taste so different. Baked beans in general have a very sweet sauce, but these ones taste very, very much so sweet. These ones taste very sweet. The sauce is also a bit thinner. It definitely still has that like baked bean gloop to it, but it's more liquidy than gloopy, I would say. Let's try it on the toast. Again, the flavor of the beans is so mild that when I put it on the toast, I can barely taste them. It just tastes like bread with butter. I can barely taste like tomatoey beans at all. I would say these Marks & Spencer's baked beans are probably one of the weaker options. The taste is quite mild, the sauce is quite thin, which makes it feel less substantial, and the colour is a little bit less pronounced. So, yeah, the M&S baked beans, I'd say they've got a few things to work on here. Okay, so something that I noticed when I was making this particular plate of beans on toast, it was a lot thicker than the other ones I had tried. When I was popping down a spoon of it, it wasn't spreading as quickly. It was very much like just like piling on top and on top and on top. Color looks great. It's that like perfect kind of like muted electric orange color, exactly what you want. The beans, however, the beans themselves look a little bigger than some of the other ones that we've tried. So no real smell to speak of, I'll be honest. Yeah, I literally can't smell anything. It just like, I can feel the steam coming off the beans and that's about it. Yeah, it's so thick. Like, it's leaving like a very pronounced gap where I'm putting my fork. Interesting, wow. So although these beans didn't smell like much, they are the most flavorful so far. Very tomatoey, not massively sweet, which I think sometimes can be a problem with baked beans, of being like too sweet. I will say I was right though, the sauce that the beans are in is very thick. It's like pasty, if that makes any sense. Wow, that's so nearly went in my eye. Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna say it straight off the bat, like, I'm not sure if this is being picked up on camera in the same way that I'm seeing it, but these beans are pale. And also, the sauce is very thin Like when I was plating them out, they were just spreading straight away. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. If the sauce is thinner, perhaps it's more watery, perhaps it's less concentrated, perhaps less flavorful. I'm not sure. Having said that, they do smell very good. They have a strong beanie tomato sauce smell. But yeah, I will say that just immediate appearance, just from first look, they do look a bit sad. But let's give them a try. Very, very sweet. Like the sweetest so far. It's like a tomato dessert pudding. It's not bad. Oh, they're so sweet. The sweetness is like kind of off the charts. I think maybe in effort to like keep the prices low, they kind of like put in a lot of sugar to make it feel more flavorful, which I totally get. It's just so sweet. Like, I can't believe it. I think for 20p, hey, it might not taste the best, but that is insane value. HEINZ is well known for having sort of monopoly on tomato-based products, and it's something that I think a lot of people feel quite strongly about, that HEINZ beans are the best, so let's give them a try and see. First of all, the smell isn't as recognizable as I would have thought it would be. Like, it actually smells quite, like, green smelling, if that makes any sense. Like, it smells like grassy. Let's give them a try. Yeah. Wow. Okay. These beans are by far the most tomatoey. A lot of the other beans just taste like kind of sweet and not really of much else, but these beans actually taste like tomato. It's crazy how much one product can like vary so much. Let's try it on the toast. You can still totally taste the beans. In this instance with the HEINZ beans, you can barely taste the toast or the butter. It's all the like rich tomatoey flavor. I know that HEINZ pride themselves on having the tomatoeyest flavor of like bean sauce, and I definitely think they have a valid claim there. Like, those are by far the most flavorful ones we've had so far. This is the exact same brand as the previous tin of beans, except this has about half the sugar, I think, and also less salt. I also was reading on the tin that they don't replace the lost sugar with artificial sweeteners either. It's definitely more of a wild card because it's like a no added sugar, it's more like a diet beans, but I think we need to include this so that we can compare and see if they stack up against the regular, more sugary, full fat types of beans, I suppose. Let's see if they actually taste any different. Yeah, they do. And not good. Oh. Definitely still among the much more flavorful ones. They're definitely tomatoey. But maybe I'm trash, maybe I'm just a child or something, but I think the baked beans need to have that like sugary, sweet kind of tomato sauce. I don't know. It's just not the same. These taste like sort of a weird imitation of baked beans. Let's try them on the toast just to check. No. Sorry. Coming in at an eye-watering £1 per can. I'm sorry, but like, that to me is so expensive for a can of beans. To think back, a couple of cans ago we had Lidl, 22 pence. You could have nearly 5 cans of that for one of these. Do we think this is going to be 5 times better than the Lidl can? Now, obviously we have some things to consider. You know, the fact that they're organic, that's important to some people. They're setting my expectation bar high in terms of the price, and my expectation of value quite low. Let's see if these premiumly priced beans really are any better than the other ones. In terms of flavour, I'd say they've got a really good balance. They are tomatoey, they're not too sweet. It definitely tastes more like a barbecue bean than a regular bean, which I think when you're buying regular baked beans is a bit of a red flag. Let's try them on the toast. The flavour of the beans and the sauce definitely hold up well against the toast, but I can taste barbecue. So if that's what you want, I suppose that's good, but yeah, for quite strong barbecue-y flavour. The fact that the beans are organic personally makes no difference to me. From a vantage point purely of taste, look, smell, as a bean consumer, I don't think the organic nature of these beans is anything to write home about. Wow, that was a lot of beans. Oh my god. I'm actually so full. Baked beans with like bread is like actually such a filling combination. I think we've tried a pretty good cross-section of the baked bean market today. We had prices right down from around 20 pence all the way up to like £1. I'm taking into consideration the look, I'm taking into consideration the texture, the value for money, the flavour. I want to make sure that I'm making the right decision. I'm going to say that the best baked beans are HEINZ. HEINZ, it's gotta be HEINZ. HEINZ had the perfect mix of being flavorful, having a good texture, the right color, everything was just right, and it wasn't the most expensive either. Having said that, I would say the worst ones were the no added sugar beans. They were not good. I will also say honorable mention to the baked beans from Lidl. 22 pence for a can of beans is a steal. I was hoping by trying all these beans I was going to find like an underdog or like the dark horse of the competition, but it appears to me that HEINZ have done their research, so the best baked beans you can get are by HEINZ. Ironically, the worst beans you can get are by HEINZ as well.